From WBNG, the Southern Tier's #1 local news. This is 12 News at 11.
Thank you for joining us for WBNG 12 News here at 11. I'm Zach Grady, and we begin tonight in Compton County, where an Ithaca man was sentenced this afternoon for kidnapping 2 men. According to the Tompkins County District Attorney's Office, back in September 2023, 49-year-old Arthur Harriet assaulted 2 men with a machete, threatened them with a shotgun while holding them against their will in a dog crate, and stole their personal property. Along with kidnapping, Harriet was also sentenced for assault and robbery in the first and second degrees, with 2 counts of each offense, as there were 2 victims. Harriet was also sentenced in connection with a separate indictment charging him with criminal possession of a controlled substance. According to the Tompkins County DA office, he was indicted for possessing several ounces of meth in his underwear. In Broome County Court, a Binghamton woman has pled guilty to assault. According to the Broome County District Attorney's Office, in June 2023, 34-year-old Rashima Rollix violently assaulted a 75-year-old man inside of his Binghamton home. The man also happened to be blind. Rollix is scheduled to appear back in court for sentencing on November 7th. According to the Broome DA's office, she is expected to receive 7 years in state prison, followed by 3 years post-release supervision. The City of Cortland Police Department announced the arrest of a Cortland man on DWI charges after they say he crashed into a local school. Police responded to the report of a motor vehicle accident at Randall School on August 3rd around 2 a.m. Police say an investigation showed 64-year-old Richard R. Adams was driving south on Greenbush Street when he drove straight through Randall Street and left the road. Officials say when stopped, he struck the side of Randall School, causing damage. Along with DWI charges, Cortland police arrested Adams for operating a vehicle with more than a .08 blood alcohol content and for failure to stop at a stop sign. We stop now and check in on the weather with our chief meteorologist, Howard Manges, who's joining us from the Weather Center. Howard, what can we expect as we head into our weekend here? Well,
we're going to have to get through a wet day tomorrow. And as a result, we have a flood watch that's been issued. And there is a change. If you were watching earlier, Otsego and Delaware County were not in this flood watch. They have been added. So again, this is in effect until 2 a.m. Saturday. There's a look at the latest Tropical Depression Debbie, sitting essentially in northwestern portions of North Carolina. Now, this storm is going to be moving off to the north and east, and if you've been following the forecast we'll call 18 to 24 hours, Binghamton has been almost smack dab in the middle of the cone of uncertainty. Look what's happened now. We're more on, just a little bit more on the right-hand side. So what does that mean? It means it might be tracking a little bit to the west of us, and that could mean that there's a chance that some of the higher rainfall totals fall a little farther west. But we just have to wait and see. Severe weather outlook for tomorrow, a slight risk, 2 out of 5 and a 1 out of 5 in the green shading. This will be updated around 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll have a full rundown on what you can expect for tomorrow as we see it now in just a bit.
And of course, if you do see any damage tomorrow from severe weather, make sure to send it our way. If you want to send us your photos, your videos, send them to this email address, photos@WBNG.com. Cortland County also preparing to get hit by another storm on Friday. The area was hit hard with heavy rainfalls that caused damage in many places during the month of July. The Cortlandville Fire Department said there will be a moderate risk of flash flooding during the night and day. They also state that river flooding and the risk of tornadoes are something to watch out for. Chief of Cortlandville Fire Department Mike Biviano told 12 News what people should be preparing for.
Make sure your sump pumps are up and running. To keep your valuables off the ground if they're on the floor in your basement, move them to higher ground. And then the old riddles, don't hesitate and evacuate. If your house is taking on water and the water is rising, grab what you need and get out of your house.
Biviano went on to say to 12 News that this weather this summer has been unusual.
Through the month of July, we had a storm event just about once a week through the whole month of July, so it was very busy for departments up here, and I'm sure anywhere else. They recorded a record number of tornadoes throughout the state, so it's just been a very odd active weather year for New York State.
The Cortlandville chief also wants drivers to avoid driving through puddles as they can be deeper than they look. Despite concerns from parents and community members, Vestal Central School District is moving forward with its phone ban. The school has recently decided to use Yonder bags, which are magnetic pouches designed for students to turn in during the morning and then retrieve at the end of the school day. This week, the district held an open forum where they met with concern from some parents who wanted the ability to contact their children during the day. Supervisor Clifford Kaysen explains to 12 News that parents will still be able to contact their kids.
We explained how, we have opportunities if you need to reach your child. We have phones in our offices, in our counseling office, in our health office, and we also have a means where if the students need to access their phone, we have those unlocking mechanisms available in those offices also.
Despite concerns, Kaysen is confident that these bags will have a positive effect for Vestal students, both academically and mentally. A new bill was signed in Binghamton today, which establishes responsible bidder requirements for city contracts. The local law will require bidders to provide a track record of things like criminal history, improper bid rigging, performance issues, bans from bidding, and wage theft. City officials say this is an effort to help safeguard local contractors and to keep work here in the area.
Also doing this to protect our local contractors, our small businesses that in many cases are located here, right here in the city of Binghamton or in Broome County. We know that they do great work, and we can't allow them to be undercut again by these out-of-town contractors who have been deemed irresponsible in some cases by other municipalities or other state agencies.
City officials say they want to ensure the companies being contracted are following labor laws and that they have shown that they produce good work. The 2024 general election is almost here, and this year voters in Binghamton's 6th district will vote on the seat for city council. The election is a rematch of last year's race where Rebecca Rathmel and Philip Strawn tied in votes to take the vacant city council seat. In response to this, Michael Costi was appointed by council Democrats after a judge's ruling required a Republican to take the seat but be chosen by Democrats. Today, Rathmel officially announced her candidacy for the open seat.
The only change to any of my approach has been to engage even more with local residents, community members, knocking on as many doors as I can in the last several weeks. Then I will continue to knock on doors on the South Side throughout the rest of the campaign to talk directly to residents.
12 News reached out to the Republican candidate, Philip Strawn, to speak with him about his campaign. We did not receive a response. Whether she is elected into office or not this November, Rathmel is touting the creation of a new committee. It's called the Constituent Advisory Committee, and it is for residents on the south side of Binghamton. Rathmel says this will be a way for those who live in the district to be able to voice their concerns about the issues that they face every day within the community.
The creation of a Constituent Advisory Committee. I believe strongly, as do many other advocates and organizers, that those who are closest to the problem are closest to the solution, but furthest from power and resources.
Rathmel says she has spoken to some Binghamton residents about being on the committee, but she will also be releasing information on Facebook for anyone else interested. And still to come here at 12 News at 11, Binghamton officials say residents have been asking for more places to play pickleball inside the city. Now, work is underway to make that a reality. We'll tell you more about it after the break. But before we go anywhere, a live look at downtown Binghamton. And when we return, Chief Meteorologist Howard Manges has the latest forecast.
At Spectrum, we know that internet is a vital tool to help you fulfill your dreams.
My dream is to become a video game developer.
My dream is to get my online college degree. That's why Spectrum designed affordable internet and mobile offers to keep you connected.
Get Spectrum Internet starting at $29.99 a month with free advanced Wi-Fi and a 2-year price guarantee. Call 1-855-829-0039 or scan to call.
Call now.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way.
With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke, and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-295-1935. That's 1-800-295-1935. Call now, 1-800-295-1935.
Breaking news here in Metro Atlanta.
This is a hostage situation.
Rethink how you get breaking news. With Local News Live, you get the big national stories direct from local reporters. Reporters who know the streets and the people. Authentic, unfiltered, live where the story is. Stay close, stay connected, because the big breaking stories are best told by those who live it.
Local News Live, always streaming on all 12 News digital platforms.
Imagine a place where animals and children can both reach their full potential. Together, at Callie's Clubhouse, we repurpose and rehabilitate older horses to be a guiding light and therapeutic nourishment for people experiencing health, social, and life changes. With professionally trained and certified instructors, we utilize real horsepower to facilitate positive learning outcomes with a variety of programs, such as therapeutic riding, where individuals with disabilities can experience movement on a horse. I Talk with Horses, a riding program where low and nonverbal children practice their communication skills. I Read with Horses, where young readers can receive new books and expand their literacy. The 7 Keys to Success, a program where youth can design a civic engagement project to share with their community, learning key leadership skills along the way. These programs, along with the dedication of our staff and horses, prove to be a wonderful source for enrichment and education for people of all ages. Learn more at calliesclubhouse.org.
Thank you for staying with us here at 11. You may want to prepare for some heavy traffic on the Vestal Parkway next week as move-in day at Binghamton University right around the corner. Binghamton University is preparing to welcome 18,600 new and returning students for the fall semester. School officials say they received a record 61,800 applications this year. Around 32% of the school's student population is from upstate New York, while around 49% is from downstate. Move-in days are set from August 16th to the 18th, and classes begin at Binghamton University on August 20th. Work is underway in the city of Binghamton to install new pickleball courts at a Southside park. Binghamton Mayor Jared Cram says the city is adding 6 pickleball courts at Webster Street Park to help meet the growing demand. Officials say the pickleball courts will replace 2 underused tennis courts. Work began this week and is expected to take up to 10 days. The courts will then need to cure for 30 days prior to painting. The total cost for the project is around $135,000, and officials say it will be paid for with the general fund budget. The courts at Webster Street Park in Binghamton are expected to be open to the public by early October. It's time now for a check on the weather, and we head over to the Weather Center one more time this evening. Chief Meteorologist Howard Manges joins us again. Howard, how are we ending our night?
We're quiet here tonight, but things are going to get much wetter heading into tomorrow, and this is the reason why we've been talking about it all week long, is that Debbie is going to be lifting, or Debbie's remnants will be lifting north into our area tomorrow, and we'll be getting into, I think, periods of some heavy rain. And here's a look right now. We have some rain coming across I-80 in Pennsylvania. That should get here overnight tonight and be here in time for tomorrow morning. But again, just a very wet forecast tomorrow. We've got temperatures in the 60s right now. Haven't moved much. The excessive rainfall outlook still at a 3 out of 4. This will be updated around between 1 and 2 o'clock is when it gets updated. Again, a pretty good chance at some flash flooding somewhere in this area. As again, you have to remember, this is a tropical-based system. Impactful river flooding threat. Now, impactful is defined as moderate flood stage or above that. I have good news. As it looks right now, I think the chance of that happening is low to very low. So good news. But, you know, rivers are going to rise, no doubt about that, Friday night into Saturday morning. If the latest river forecasts that I've seen, Conklin, Vestal, and the West Branch of Walton are forecast to get into minor flood stage. Again, that's not impactful. No major or moderate flood stage are currently forecast, and let's keep our fingers crossed that's the case, which I think it will be. So tonight, yeah, rain showers will be moving north and you know, only adding to the rainfall totals, or contributing to, I should say. Heaviest rain will likely be west and southwest by morning. Now, that 9 to 5 time frame tomorrow, there will be some pockets of very heavy rain. In fact, as a front crosses the area, that will be the heaviest rain. We're going to have a flash flood risk will be growing through that afternoon time frame. There's also, as we've been saying all day long, small risk of a severe storm, perhaps even an isolated tornado. Not because it's going to be so hot and muggy, but because of how the winds are in the atmosphere and because of our proximity to the surface low. As we look ahead to that 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. time frame, heaviest rain will be moving out of the area early in that period, and then that severe risk will come to an end quickly. If not, it might even be already over by 6 o'clock, depending on the speed of the heavy rain. But I'm still thinking 1.5 to 3 inches for most of the area, perhaps some locally higher totals. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the newscast, the cone of uncertainty has shifted a little bit more to the west. So that could be a signal that maybe that storm is going to track a little bit farther to the west. And if you've been watching the forecast all week long, I've been mentioning that the heaviest rain with this type of storm, a storm transitioning to a mid-latitude storm, tends to be on the west and northwest side of the circulation. If it goes west, it takes that out of the area. So that's something we'll have to watch. But the threat level, the two highest threats are going to be for heavy rain and flash flooding. The tornado threat is not zero, nor is the damaging wind threat, but significant river flooding. We could even maybe shave that down a little bit more. We just don't expect it or see any evidence to support it. Severe outlook, a 2 out of 5. This will be updated around 2 o'clock in the morning as well. A 1 out of 5 in the yellow. Tornado outlook, a 5 to 9% chance. Again, these outlooks were based on expected storm track path. If it shifts a little bit west, these may shift in the morning. So we'll have to watch it. And again, tomorrow could be a very active day. So overnight tonight, again, here's the rain moving in. No problems overnight, but watch by 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, we may start seeing some of those heavy downpours by the early afternoon. That's going to be our chance, I think, our best chance at seeing, you know, a severe thunderstorm, maybe a tornado, and very heavy rain. But look what happens by 4 o'clock. It's pushing east of Binghamton, and then by 6 o'clock, it's out of the area. Timing could change just a little bit. But know that, you know, we're going to be keeping a very close eye on this. And then as we get into Saturday, looks like a pretty nice day on the way. So that 7-day forecast, again, there it is. We're looking at a good soaking of rain tomorrow, maybe some localized flash flooding. Mid-70s on Saturday, and we're going to be in the 70s pretty much over the next 7 days.
Again, it looks great that the red is gone from most of the weekend just there on Friday. But for those still wondering, on Friday, what should we be preparing ourselves for?
Well, we're watching the risk of flash flooding, maybe an isolated tornado. Yeah, that's really pretty much about it. But you know, just stay with us. Brian will have a handle on things in the morning. I'm going to be here early tomorrow afternoon along with Connor. So we'll be, you know, we'll be tag teaming the storm as it moves into the area, and hopefully we can get through it without any serious issues.
And we always have our weather app as well.
We do.
That's still ahead here at 12 News at 6. We head to the Binghamton campus. The Bearcat community hosting a watch party on Thursday as one of its own hits the track in these Summer Olympic Games. Stay tuned. The Sports Desk is next.
You're never far from fun this summer. Choose from over 50 county and local fairs across New York State at findyourfair.com.
The cost of living is brutal. Red tape is killing the economy.
Thankfully, Congressman Mark Molinaro is working across the aisle,
lowering costs on gas, groceries, even health care.
Mark grew up on food stamps, so he understands the struggles we face.
And now Congress has an opportunity to lower costs even more
by cutting red tape.
Go get him, Mark. Keep working for us.
Tell Congressman Mark Molinaro to keep fighting for lower costs and support the Red Tape Reduction Act.
Hi, I'm Dale. I'm a school bus route coordinator for Vestal School District.
My name's Keelan. I'm the science teacher.
I'm Jacob Kubley. I'm a student at Vestal High School.
My name is Tyler Vandervoort, and I am a fire alarm technician at Binghamton University.
I'm Robert Hamilton, and I'm retired.
I'm proud to be a part of the Vestal Fire Department because I love helping my neighbors and being active in my community.
Makes me feel like I'm making a difference here. Truly making a difference.
Being part of the Vestal Fire Department is my second family. These are my friends. They're wonderful people.
We would welcome anyone who wants to be a part of our team because there's a job for you here no matter what your skills are.
I'm Dale. I'm a proud Vestal volunteer fireman.
I'm a proud Vestal volunteer firefighter.
I'm Jacob, and I'm a proud Vestal volunteer firefighter.
I am Tyler, and I am a proud Vestal firefighter.
I'm proud to be a Vestal volunteer firefighter.
Is this the worst road rage ever? Next, in Sun Edition, rampage on the highway. Good Samaritans try to take down a knife-wielding driver. One gets stabbed. Another is run over. This man saw it all.
Got up on the windshield, started bashing on it.
Then, over-the-top sorority recruitment videos. Watch the next in Sun Edition.
Tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. on WBNG.
Want to get hands-on experience in the world of television broadcasting? WBNG and the New York State Broadcasters Association are looking for interns. If you're a resident of or go to school in New York State and want to work behind the scenes in all aspects of local television, simply go to grade.tv/careers to apply.
This is the Jeff Kai's Auto Sports Desk.
Emily Mackay is back on the track in the Olympic semis. The Mets' top prospects meet the media ahead of the Eastern League Subway Series, and a Southern Tier staple celebrates 55 years of racing. This is the Sports Desk. Emily Mackay took to the track Thursday afternoon in Paris, while the Binghamton Bearcat community took to the marketplace on campus for an Olympic watch party. There was not a table to be found at the Vestal campus marketplace as students, athletes, and administrators, and even Baxter, came together to support their fellow Bearcat. Emily Mackay, not just a Binghamton grad, but also an alum of Union Endicott, competed in the women's 1,500-meter race at the Paris Summer Olympics. While the semifinal race did not go the way the university or Emily was hoping for, Bearcats Director of Athletics Eugene Marshall expressed how proud Binghamton was of Mackay's performance.
It felt like family. It felt like sitting in the living room and watching your relative compete. And that's what we have here. That's what we strive for. We strive for a family-type atmosphere. Like I said before, it's one Binghamton. We're proud of Emily. Can't wait for her to get home so we can tell her that.
Mackay's Olympic run ended in the women's 1,500-meter semifinal, finishing with a time of 4 minutes, 2.30 seconds. This is Emily's first trip to the Olympics, and most predict she should return in 2028 at the Los Angeles Games. The Bearcats' head track and field coach, Mike Thompson, had a message for Mackay from the campus watch party.
I would just say I'm proud of you, and, you know, nice job. I'm sorry it wasn't the race that you wanted, but I'm proud of you. The Binghamton community is proud of you, and let's just move forward.
Mackay is just the 5th Binghamton student athlete ever to qualify for the Olympic Games. The Mets and Yankees minor league squads are on the field for the second round of the Eastern League Subway Series, and ahead of Game 2 in Somerset, the club's top prospects sat down with the media to recap the 2024 season so far. Right now, the two teams are even at 4 games apiece this year. The Ponies and Patriots splitting the series in Binghamton 3-3, and even a game apiece at TD Bank Park in New Jersey. The Ponies are 18-16 in the second half, 4.5 off the pace, but boast an impressive 13-4 record on the road. The organization's number 3 and number 9 overall prospects spoke about what they need to do this year to make a playoff push.
I mean, I think that there's still plenty of room to get better. I mean, for me, I don't feel like I'm near my potential yet. I think that I can grow in all aspects of my game. You know, defensively, offensively, base running. I think everything can improve.
I feel like there's adjustments throughout the season you have to always make, and some of them it's like you go away from who you are as a player at times, and you just got to find ways to come back. That's what the best do at the highest level, is they just get back to themselves faster than anybody.
Ponies and Patriots postponed on Thursday due to weather. The two teams to make it up on Saturday as part of a doubleheader. Binghamton back on the diamond Friday, though. First pitch in Somerset, 7:05 p.m. Mets and Yankees both able to avoid the weather and hit the bump for some baseball. Mets a winner in Colorado, 9-1. Pete Alonso with a pair of home runs in that game. Amazing's a half game up now on the final playoff spot once again. Yankees blasted by the Angels for a second straight night. Nestor Cortez gives up 6 earned in just 4 2/3. Yanks beat at home 9-4. G-Men opening up its preseason at home against the Lions. Tommy DeVito, 8 of 14 passing on the night. He came in relief of Drew Lock after the Giants' backup QB had to leave the game with a hip injury. New York a 14-3 winner behind 2 rushing touchdowns from Eric Gray. And finally, this weekend, riders from across the world are revving up at Unadilla for round 9 of the 2024 Pro Motocross Championships. This weekend's race will also serve as the main event of Unadilla's 55th anniversary celebration. Chase Sexton will look to continue his dominance in the 450cc class, while Hayden Deegan will look to dig deep and keep his lead at 250. Organizer Greg Robinson spoke with 12 Sports, saying that the track at Unadilla, it's an experience like a no other.
The action, the electricity, you know, it's very unique. The atmosphere is electric here, and the excitement of the race, the crowd, the noise. It's something that you can't get at another event. It's pretty special.
State Senator Joseph Griffo in attendance this weekend as well for a special presentation to the Unadilla owners in honor of the 55th anniversary. Those interested in watching the race, gate drop opening 1 p.m. this Saturday. That is it for the Sports Desk until we see you again.
Reasons to go to the Great New York State Fair, number 22. You need a refresher in gravity. That'll do it. The Great New York State Fair. Great memories made here.
Changing the way the world views individuals with Down syndrome and other disabilities is our mission here at Gigi's Playhouse Southern Tier. We offer direct, educational, and therapeutic programs for everyone, regardless of age or disability.
Gigi's Playhouse helped me to meet new people.
Our custom programs work towards advancing literacy, math, motor skills, muscle tone, self-esteem, preparing for the workforce, and much more.
Gigi's Playhouse helped me meet new friends and communicate better.
And I love doing the art and gratitude and like cooking.
My favorite is sign language.
The positive and uplifting environment of Gigi's Playhouse will empower our participants to reach their very best, and our resources will help foster acceptance, awareness, and networks for families and friends.
Gigi's Playhouse is fun. I like to be here with all my friends.
Oh yeah, it was great, and I'm doing a lot of stuff. Great job.
And the best part, our programs are completely free. Cost will not be a barrier to achievement. If you'd like to join our program, come visit us in the Oakdale Commons in Johnson City. To learn more, call 607-217-4035 or visit gigisplayhouse.com/southerntier.
I love Gigi's.
I'm Zach Grady, and for decades now, 12 Sports has been your home and your one-stop shop for everything athletic across the Southern Tier.
And this year's no different. We're practically everywhere. From inside the studio to out on the field, 12 Sports has got it all.
Summer, winter, or fall, basketball, baseball, and football.
You can count on 12 Sports to be everywhere and all things Southern Tier.
Have you ever seen this man before?
Hi. They're a tag team of legal eagles.
My name is Mason.
Ben Matlock. A duo of courtroom commanders.
Are you sure?
And they're both part of the...
Objection? Objection, Your Honor.
Objection. Objection Connection.
Your witness, Mr. Berger.
Gotcha. So put a little habeas in your corpus with Ben and Perry.
Weekdays starting at 9 a.m. on Binghamton's MeTV.
No further questions.
So again, I think we're looking at some heavy rain at times tomorrow. The storm track of the remnants of Debbie will be very important in who sees how much rain. I still think we're in the boat for an inch and a half to maybe 2.5 or 3 inches in some of the highest totals. Be sure to tune into 12 News tomorrow morning with Brian. He'll have the latest on any severe threat that exists today for tomorrow. And he'll also have a look at, maybe adjusted rainfall totals and any flash flood changes as well.
Well, the thing I'll say is that I've done a bunch of shows with you here today, and the start of the day was a hurricane, then a storm, now a depression. It's nice that it's going down a little bit.
It is, but it's still a tropical system, and it still has a lot of moisture with it. So that's why we can't let our guard down.
And make sure you tune in to our Storm Track app or our website for more. Thank you for joining us tonight at 11. Come back for 12 News in the morning, as Howard mentioned. Until then, have a great night.